Hey guys, this is Kysen here, and today I'm going to show you an incredibly simple way to get infinite wood early on in FTB Academy, and I'm also going to give you some tips on mining, as well as a ton of other general tips. Okay guys, so here we are back at our little base thing, and plenty to be getting on with today, so I'm going to jump straight into things. And first of all, we'll just catch you up on the quests that I've done, which is getting these crops, so we can get some rewards for that, which just as well get them. Also, we did this, which was, I think, killing mobs. So you get a random reward here. So I would really like to get pigs, because I've already got cows, sheep, and chickens, or mushrooms. So let's see what we get. Oh, we got sheep. Okay, well, we can bolster our sheep output by putting these two down in here. There we go. A couple of different sheep in there. At least we've got a few more now going on. And while we're here, we just as well breed these guys and let them be getting on with that. And we'll also breed the cows, because I haven't done that in a little while, so it's definitely time for all these guys. We just kind of use up the wheat that we just got doing that, so that's fine. So yeah, I've been doing a bit of farming as well. We've got carrots in here. The normal seeds in here to make bread, and wheats and stuff to breed the animals, and onions here. So we're going to store all of this stuff just over here and get that sort of going on. Now, a few things to quickly show you. First of all, another little useful tip here with the carrots. If we hover over those and we scroll using our mouse wheel, you can see we can take them out and put them back in. So if you want a specific number, there's a little tip there on how you can do that to kind of use that up. The other thing I wanted to show you was the watering can. So actually, if you shift right click, it doesn't actually take the water source. In the last episode, I said that it did. I think I must have done it too quickly or something and took the water source that way, or maybe accidentally clicked on the end one. Not sure what I did, but basically it doesn't take the water source. So if you've got an infinite source, you can water these plants infinitely, which is how I've got my farms growing so quickly. Another thing to mention is this beef stew. When you eat a beef stew, you actually get the bowl back. So you can make the 6 bowls using the 2 iron, and it's not like you have to do that every time you want 6 bowls, you get them back each time. Another cool little thing to show you guys is if you right click on the stairs here, you actually sit on them. So these can be used as seats. Again, more of a multiplayer sort of aspect, but if you want to make chairs out of stairs, this is how you do it. Or if you just need a little sit down, you can just kind of do that. And you just hit the shift key to get off them. So as I find out little things, I'm just going to keep you guys posted, because obviously that's sort of what we're doing here. Another little thing you'll notice when you kill animals, mobs, passive or hostile sometimes, you get these things, solidified experience. If you're just holding that and you right click, that gives you the experience. See there, I went from level 12 to level 13. So there's just a few little bits to catch you up on. Now you'll notice here I've got a ton of stone shovels, and what we're going to do is go to our waypoints, and I've got a slime island here which I actually want to put on. So we're going to go visit the slime island, which on the journey map I can show you here if we get to where I am. It's just this way. You see here, that's where it is. That's where we are. We're going to cross these mountains. I found another temple there as well, which I listed, and actually I think I missed this. That looks like another village to me. Yeah, pretty certain that's what that is. I actually didn't see that before. That's the value in using this map, guys. You know, you can find all kinds of cool things like I did just then. And I'm even wondering what this is. It could be a lava pool, or it could be some sort of other structure. I think it's lava. Probably lava. But anyway, there's a village there. So what I'm going to do is get a load of gravel, and I'll come on to why I'm doing that in a second. I'm going to go across these mountains, get some gravel from up there, because I know there was some up there when I was exploring earlier. And then we're going to go explore the slime island, and we're going to complete this little quest here about getting the slime sling and slime boots. So I'll go and get some resources. Actually, wait, I almost forgot something important. Before we do that, there's another quest I want to do, which is this one, which I need to make a backpack. So if we go in JEI backpack, you'll see here I've been looking. We need 3 leather, a chest, some bone meal we can use in there. See here it scrolls through the alternate recipes. Actually, this is another good point. If I hit shift, you'll notice it stops. If I let go of shift, it scrolls through. So if you want to stick onto a recipe, you can just shift. The other thing you can do is if I hold shift down and scroll with my mouse wheel, I can control which recipes we go and look at and how we go through them. So another little tip right there. So I need 3 leather, I need some string. Now I did kill a spider. I'm not sure if I got any string from him or not. I did. So there we go, we take 2 out just by scrolling with the middle mouse wheel like that. I'm going to need 2 bone meal, so one of those, and 3 leather. I'm also going to need a chest, so we need 8 of those. Okay, now we can start making this stuff up. So we'll start with this one. There we go. Oh, I had some bones on me, I guess. So there's the bone meal, and right now I think we can make the backpack. There we go. So that's pretty awesome. We've got that. We've got the quest completed for that. And let's get our reward for that right now. Why not? Oh, no reward for that. Okay. But it is very useful to do, because it gives you this much extra inventory space, which is going to be useful for what I'm doing in a second. So let me go and get that gravel and stuff, and then we're going to head over there to the slime island, and I'll bring you guys back in at that point. Okay guys, so here we are at the slime island. There it is up there in the sky, and these slime islands are always up there in the sky, so you definitely want to keep an eye out for them. You can notice them by the shadow that you see on the floor, and also, again, if you pay attention to your mini-map, you will see them on there. You can see there's a big green circle, pretty big giveaway, so they should be easy enough to find. Now, at the moment, the slimes have come way down here, but this doesn't always happen. So when it doesn't happen, it's just kind of useful to have some gravel on you, especially early game, for two reasons. One, because you can bridge up to the island, but also because you can then just take it down, using the trick with the torch. So this could be as high as you like, and you simply, break it and place the torch underneath. That's a vanilla trick, but certainly comes in handy when you're going all the way up there. And now as it happens, because these slimes came down, we may not actually need to go up there. But the good thing is, I need gravel anyway, because when you get into Tinkers and you build a smeltery, you'll need gravel for that. And I'll come on to that in a later episode, but just to say, that's one of the good things about gravel. So that's why I made all these shovels, because I wanted to get a ton of gravel, and then I also want to use the other 4 to get a ton of sand. So I made 4 of each shovel just to even it out like that. So using Vein Miner, I was able to rip through this area pretty quickly and get a ton of that stuff. Now, what we want to look at here is completing the quest. So we need slime boots. And we can use these slime balls that we have here. I think it's 4 per cube, so 2 of those we're going to need, and then 2 slime balls to make the boots. We also want a slime sling, if we have a look for that. And again, we can make that pretty easily. 3 of those, 1 more block. So I just wanted to check that we have enough, and we do. So I'm going to go back now and make the slime stuff. I'll just kill this guy first, I guess. And then I'll show you why we went to this much effort, because there is a very good reason for that. So let me go make the items, and I'll bring you back in. Alright guys, here we are, back at where we wanted to be, which is obviously our base. So what we're going to do now, make up a slime sling, very easily like that. And we'll make up the boots as well, which is pretty simple, just like this. Apart from, it's actually like that, not as simple as I thought. Alright, so now we can right-click these boots to put them on. And if I hop outside, I can show you what we can do with them. So basically, with the sling, if we look down at the floor and we hold down right click, then we go flying off like this, which may not seem like much, but I tell you something, it makes exploring so easy. You don't take any fall damage, and you can get across huge distances very, very quickly. So we're actually going to start traveling right now and head towards that little village that I showed you guys just before. There's some llamas here, that's pretty cool. So what we're going to do is just get ourselves ready. Oh, and actually I should probably say, when you're bouncing around with these, if you hold down shift, it will stop. So bounce, hold shift, and it just stops. But if you do that from too high, you will take full damage. So be careful with that one. You could do yourself a lot of damage with that if you're not careful. So here we go. Oh, there's the village. So this is pretty cool how close it is. We're going to be able to connect these two up eventually, I would think. And yeah, that'll be awesome. So let's just go and have a look, I guess. Have a little bounce up to here. This is why these things are so good. You are able to travel so easily with them. And already we've got a little chest in here. Can we slip through there? Sometimes on modded you can. Shift around here and get in this way. And see what we've got in this little chest. And it's loads of like honey stuff, or jam stuff I suppose you should say. So we'll pick that up and take the chest while we're here. And see if there's anything out back. Doesn't look like it. I'm just going to break through here. And see if we can find any sort of loot in this village. Doesn't look to be a very big village. But that's okay. It's still pretty cool. Oh, there's a blacksmith. I spoke too quickly. Okay, what do we have in here? Wow, okay. So, a better sword. That's always good. We'll just get rid of that stone sword right now. So, black quartz. Save us a little bit of time for sure. Now, running out of inventory space, but this is where the trusty backpack comes in play. So, we can put all this stuff in here. I'll take my bed back out. So, I was just taking my bed when I go exploring. Checking what we can. And again, we can do the middle mouse wheel to organize. You see there our backpack and our inventory and stuff. So, you can use that for that too. And we'll take the rest of this stuff, but we'll leave that sword there, as one of the villagers is banging around these doors. Okay, let's go up this way. There seems to be a fair few things going on here. We need to break into this building. The question is, how? Here we go. So we go down in here, see what sort of loot we're going to get in this place. Okay, so these machines, as I explained before, we don't want to touch them. What is that noise? Like a rustling noise. Not sure what that actually is. Okay, so I guess we pick up these casings. They'll just come in handy when we're making any sort of storage chests and things. And we can see what's in here. Bit of Restonia, that's useful. Now bats' wings. I'll come on to why they're useful in a second. Let's get somewhere a little bit quieter. I think we're right next to a waterfall. Oh, it's turning to night time, so Let's get out of here a little bit. And, oh, there's a zombie nearby, so we might not be able to sleep. Oh, we can, okay. Hopefully the zombie doesn't kill us while we're sleeping. Hopefully we make it through the night. Alright, let's get rid of that for a second and just come out the way a little bit. And then when we're in here, I shall come out this side, but I'll show you guys about the Batwing. So if we go on to uses of the Batwing, you can see here, Wing of the Bats. Now these here allow you basically creative flight. And you'll see there, we're going to need to get into some... Why do they do this? Banging those doors. We need to get into some pretty advanced stuff to get there. It's certainly not an early game item. But, you know, it's not too bad. Obviously, the Nether Star is the bit that's really difficult, and some Dragon's Breath. But, hey, you get creative flight from them. So, not a bad trade-off. Now, I'm just seeing over there a librarian. So, that means there should obviously be a library in this village. See, oh, it's a cartographer, but same thing. And that's really useful because I want to get some books, if possible. Here we go. So I'm going to steal all of these bookshelves from this library. I do apologise to the guy. So that's pretty handy to have two villages this close by each other. We can get tons of farming items from here if we wanted. Actually doing okay in terms of food and everything at the moment. I've set myself up quite well. Not going to worry too much about that. But certainly worth coming here just to get that other loot. And also to show you guys the slime sling. It's quite a nice village, this as well. The way it's sort of set back from the mountains like this. Quite like that. So now we can just kind of jump off here and head backwards using our slime sling. We'll be there in no time at all. And then we'll get on to the rest of the episode. Okay, guys. So here we are back at our little village, our base here. And we're going to go and do some mining. I've got a little area here. And we're just going to dig down, use ladders and a water drop and that kind of thing. So kind of a vanilla way of getting down for now, which, you know, early game there is a lot of crossover between vanilla and ordinary, and modded Minecraft. But I do have some modded stuff to show you that will help with your mining and make things quicker and more efficient. And that's using the backpack. So I showed you how to make that one earlier, but there's a lot more you can do with it. So to start, if you shift right click, you'll see here you get this little interface right here. So if we put the whitelist on for a second and we put cobblestone like that, that means that now only cobblestone will go in there because it's whitelisted. Now, what we can also do is if we go into our controls, if we scroll down and we find the mod, which is called Simply Backpacks, here it is right here, you'll see there's two options here. One is to open the backpack, and the other is to toggle the auto pickup, which you can see I've set to numpad 1 and 2. So if I hit 1, it will open my backpack, and I'll show you why I've done that in just a second. But if I hit 2, you'll see just above my hotbar, auto pickup can be enabled or disabled. So if it's enabled, we chuck this cobblestone on the floor, and let's say we chuck some steak on the floor as well, and we walk over that, you'll notice the steak has gone into our inventory, but the cobblestone went into here. And that's because auto pickup was set to enabled, and also because, if I shift right click, this was whitelisted. So that means that when you're out mining, you can just automatically put all of the cobblestone right into there, and you've got these 18 slots here, so 18 stacks of cobblestone can get stored in there. Of course, you'll notice it has more than one slot, so I could put, say, dirt and gravel and, you know, diorite or something in here as well if I wanted to. So it'll basically just automatically do all of that while you're out and about, which is pretty useful. If we open that up, and let's say I wanted to put steak in, it will do that still. But with the whitelist set, the auto pickup, it will only auto pick up whatever items are whitelisted. So one more time, this time the steak will go into my inventory, but it can then be moved like that. So that's pretty useful, but it gets a little bit better because we don't even have to take up an inventory slot with this. We can open up our baubles and we can put the backpack in here like this. And now it will still do the exact same thing. So this is why I wanted numpad 1 to open my backpack so I can access it without having to go in here into baubles and all the rest of it. So you do want to set your whitelist before you do this because you have to shift right click with it in your hand. But once you've done that, it will work just the same. So again, the steak and the cobble on the floor, we run over those, steak back in the inventory, press numpad 1 to open it up, and there you have it. The cobblestone has gone into there. So that's definitely going to help us to mine for longer and stay out for longer before having to return and put all of our things back in our chests. So it means we can get a lot more resources, which is incredibly important early on in modded. You do need to do a lot of mining and get a lot of resources done. You just need to dedicate a bit of time to doing that. It's just kind of the way it is. So I'm now going to go make a little mining area and do a good mining session of my own. And then when we come back, I will show you how to get the infinite wood. Okay guys, quick little interlude here. I'm out mining and I forgot to include this in the episode, but it's something I really wanted to include. Basically just wanted to say I've got a little strip mine going. But before long, what you want to do is you can vein mine on stone. So if I vein mine this right here, you'll see it takes out a big area. Now, unfortunately, my pickaxe didn't have much durability left. I'm about to head back. But you'll see here the sort of, I think this was like one hit did like all of this. So, you know, one hit's going to take out a massive sort of room of stone, and you can mine a lot very quickly in that way. So definitely it's a quick way to mine when you're out and about. And you can just take loads of stone pickaxes with you and do that. One thing to note though, when you do use the vein miner, like I just did there, it does use up your hunger pretty quickly. So make sure you got lots of good food on you if you're going to be vein mining a lot, like I'm about to do. So guys, yeah, just a quick little thing there that I forgot to include in the episode, but given that the episode is sort of half about mining, I thought I'd better include that. So let's get back to the episode. So guys, we now have our mine set up. We've got the full water drop down there and the ladder on this side. So I say very simplistic, but it does the job. So one thing I wanted to quickly get into now is if we search on here for the quests, open quests right now is keybound to G. I'm going to change that. I'm going to make it Z. Then I'll press done and I'll go back to controls and go show conflicts and have a look at what Z is conflicting with, which is change hotbar. So actually, let's reset that for a second because I'll show you what Z does. Press Z, it'll bring up my full inventory right there. So if you want to see your full inventory, it's one way of, I guess, like doing that. And you can also, if I press Z and press 1, you'll see how it's now changed if you look at my inventory. So if I press Z and I can press 1, 2, or 3 to change my hotbar around. This isn't something I ever really use. You know, I have it set up the way I like it and I don't find I need it. So that's why I'm going to change it to Z because it's not like I use that anyway. But I'd recommend that you do this just because then it makes it very easy to get your quests up whenever you want them. And obviously, particularly if you are new to this, but even for someone like myself, I do this a lot. I like to play through the quests. It gives the game a bit of direction, gives a bit of a challenge. And so now I can just immediately do this, don't take the book around with me or anything like that. So just having a look at the quests we've got here. We complete the slime sling ones. We get, oh wow, feather falling 3. Wow, that's pretty good. So, you know how I said with the slime boots, if you shift when you're falling with them, you'll take damage. So like, I'll just go show you guys right now about that, because I don't think I ever actually showed this on camera. Oh my goodness, for some reason I completely did not see that guy. I've still got my F7 on. Maybe we should like kill the creeper first. He's totally photobombing our shoot here. At least he didn't actually blow up there and blow up my nice farm that I've been working on with all those crops ready to harvest. That would have been very sad. So if you're bouncing around with your slime sling, you hold shift, you'll see there I took full damage. So I guess we could now put feather falling on those boots to kind of prevent that. So that's definitely an option. We'll definitely have a little think about that. But let's get the quest back up for now, and let's look at this. Happy little trees, it says. Oh cool, you actually get a hopping bonsai reward. I wanted to make one of these to show you guys anyway, so that's awesome. So let's click and look at the recipe. We just need some bricks, which should not be too difficult. You'll see here I have clay. Now, one of the cool things in modded Minecraft is you get a lot of clay spawning down where you mine. So as I was mining down, I actually just happened across some clay and just decided to pick it up because I knew I'd need it for certain things as we move through. And turns out I need it like instantly, so that's pretty good. So we're going to need to get a few bricks. I'll wait until they're cooked up, and then we'll get into making those bonsais, which is essentially going to be the way that we do the infinite wood. Okay guys, so we have enough now. We've got our 5 bricks, so very simply, just make up this right here. And if we open up our quests again, we can claim our rewards right now, a hopping bonsai, and a potion of burgeoning, quickly grow a tree. Okay, that's cool. So what I want to do actually is grab out, let's see, I'll just grab out some wood here. I want to make up some chests to show you guys the differences in these bonsais and just how we use them to get our infinite wood. So I had 1 or 2 difficulties with the bonsais after I made them up just then. So I had to go away and do a little bit of research to kind of figure them out. But now I've done that. And that's the thing with modded. You know, you can learn a lot in-game, but you can also learn a lot by, you know, just watching YouTubers. Anyway, basically what we have here, we got the hopping bonsai and the normal bonsai. So I've chucked a normal bonsai right here and the hopping there. Now the confusion I was having is something that might confuse you guys too, so I'll just talk you through that quickly. So if you hold shift over it, you get more details. It says use JEI to look up compatible soil, saplings and their drop rates. So if you go to saplings, there are a variety of saplings in here, but you don't always have to use them because you can actually use the oak acorns that we've got right here. The other thing to note is if you search soil, this is no good. Don't worry about the soil, okay? All you actually need is dirt. So if I right-click the pots with dirt, there we go. That goes inside them and that will work. Okay, so right now let's grab an oak acorn and right click there, and you'll see that go 1, 2, 3 upwards in percentage, and we can put one on the hopping bonsai as well. So what I'm going to do now is just wait for these guys to grow a little bit more, and you'll notice as they grow you get this animation. It's a very cool animation, and each time it's a different tree, so it looks pretty awesome, I have to say. And we'll come back when it's like fully grown and go through what you can actually do with these things. Okay, so this is now at 90%, the hopping bonsai. If I open this chest, you'll see it's empty. As it goes up to 100%, there we go, some things have gone into the chest. And you can get different drops depending on what trees you get in there. So I think with oak, you can get obviously the acorns and the wood because that's there. I think you can sometimes also get sticks and also apples. But basically the hopping bonsai will automatically output as soon as that hits 100% and keep going. So with this one hopping bonsai pot, we essentially have unlimited oak wood. We can leave it there and it will just do its thing forever. No need for bone meal or any kind of interaction, and it just stores it down in the chest here. If you use a normal bonsai, it will not do that. Once it gets to 100%, it will stay like this. What you can do is grab an axe and right click with the axe, and that will then pick up the items for you. So there we go, we got another stick and we got some oak wood and that sort of thing. And then once you've done that, it will start growing again. So that one does require a bit of intervention from the player by right clicking with any type of axe. A couple of things to say. First of all, although this is a little bit more difficult, if we go to bonsai again, I'll show you guys. So a normal bonsai pot, you're just looking at the bricks, whereas a hopping bonsai, you do need a hopper. So you need this iron and a chest as well. So it is more expensive. In the long run, definitely worth it, but if you're strapped for iron, you might not have any choice. The other thing to say is when these are fully grown, they do actually look pretty cool, and they can be used just as decoration. So you might want to just put a few around just for that reason. And so the bonsai pot does have some uses, but certainly when it comes to wood production, you want to get on to these hopping bonsais and just automatically store your wood like that. So just put the chest underneath just to show that it does not go in there. But there it is at 100%, and you can see how that might be quite a cool decoration, particularly in a Japanese sort of theme, but really any type of theme. It's a pretty cool looking thing. So that's the infinite wood covered. I now just want to finish off with a couple of quick things about mining, and that'll be about it. So first of all, if we can actually just kind of go down here and have a little look around while we're here. So you see here I've mined down to Y11 in the top right of my screen. There's my coordinates there. So that's the level I like to mine at, basically. But I want to show you guys a few little things just that are worth noting in the early game when you are mining. So what I'm going to do is just get rid of these torches here. I'll press F7. And I wanted to go over this in a little bit more detail because earlier when I spoke about this, I didn't really cover a couple of things that I wanted to. So you get red crosses and you also get yellow crosses. Now red cross means a mob can spawn there any time, regardless of the whether it's daytime or nighttime. If you have a yellow cross, it means the mob will only spawn there when it's nighttime, i.e. when there's not enough light being produced by the sun to prevent the mob from spawning. Of course, at the moment, with just one torch, we are good. So when you're out mining, if you want to keep your tunnels free of mobs, you can keep F7 on, and as soon as you get to a point where you need to place a torch, then you will know that. The other thing to say is about resource gathering. So you are going to have to do a lot of mining, a lot of resource gathering early on. Pretty standard for any type of Minecraft game. But some things that will help you out is, let's say you need a lot of tin ore. You can look here where it says tin ore, and it will show you where you can find it. Now, just one thing to mention, because I've made this mistake in the past myself, do make sure you're looking at the overworld, because you'll see here this is a different dimensions that show up here. You can get like the nether, and in this case you've got the twilight forest, for example. So make sure you're looking at the overworld, and then you can figure out where to mine for tin. So for example, I can look along here, I can see, okay, this is the best place to mine, which is at Y25. Once I get to like Y59, or maybe just a little bit before, it goes down to 0. And then all along here, you can follow this line and see at different Y levels what the chances are of getting it. And of course, if you say, okay, so looks to me that, between sort of 24 to, I guess, 48 is not too bad for tin. And then if you want like tin, you also need, say, iron as well. You can kind of compare the two and then go to iron ore and go, okay, well, that's going to be spawning in this sort of range. So you can see here, if I was mining at, 30-ish, I'm going to get a good range of both. So not both of these, both tin and iron. Early game, you want to really stock up on iron, tin, aluminum, definitely lots of coal, because that's going to be the way that you produce power early on. Kind of like nickel's not bad. Obviously, if you find diamonds and redstone and that sort of thing, definitely not bad. But certainly copper, tin, aluminum, iron, and coal are very useful early game, guys. Just a little tip there to stock up on those things. Okay guys, so that's about it for this episode. We've gone through there how you get your infinite wood and also a few tips for mining, along with a good few other things as well. So hopefully you are finding these episodes helpful to give you hints and tips and tricks for modded Minecraft. I'm trying to get a good balance of following through the quest book and also showing you things that's outside of the quest book. Reason being, I feel like when you look at any type of quest here, it is explained very well to you, and you're probably going to be able to figure this out like with or without me, but hopefully I can kind of add to that and expand on that with the things that I'm doing. Of course, any feedback you have is always welcome, and please feel free to leave a comment and let me know if there's anything you have any troubles with, any questions, or anything else you want to comment on. In the next episode, we'll be getting into Tinker's Tools. I wanted to save that and do it in its own episode so I could do a really full rundown of it. You'll have seen me do Tinker's before, but I'm going to go into it in a lot more depth than I have in the past and really give you guys everything you could ever wish to know about the Tinker's mod. It is a very important mod for so many mod packs, so if you guys are enjoying this and you're enjoying getting into modded, then I highly recommend you pay a lot of attention to the next video, because that's really going to be like a fundamental mod to learn as we go through your sort of modded lifetime, I suppose. But for this episode, say that's it. So I hope this video has helped you out in some way, or at least you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please do like, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do. It is greatly appreciated. And at this stage, I'd also like to say a huge thank you to all of my patrons, the people who donate to keep this channel going. The support is honestly incredible, and I just want to make sure, at least every now and again, I do check in and say thanks to all of you people who do donate. It really is so appreciated and so kind of you. So, as always, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.